What is going on, YouTube? It is Gouda, and as you can see here, we're on some NCAA Football 14, and we are going to find out who is winning tomorrow night's big game. As you can see here, we're just going to be doing a simulation. I set the difficulty to All-American. I didn't want to quite put it on Heisman. I wasn't sure if that would make it a complete defensive battle or not. I didn't make it quite 15 minutes long. I didn't want to record that much game footage, so I did 10-minute quarters. Hopefully it suffices. It makes for a great game, so be sure to watch all the way until the end. But let's see who NCAA Football 14 thinks is going to win the game tomorrow night. Here we go, everybody. Clemson versus LSU. 1 versus 6. 1 versus 3 in real life, of course. LSU being 1, Clemson being 3. We get the quick coin toss here. Clemson gets the win, but not before we get a quick little dab. Anybody see that?
Look at my dab. Look at my
Clemson elects to kick off, and we officially have our national championship underway. LSU gets a return all the way to the 24, not before a nice stiff arm, though. After a nice first down pickup, Joe Burrow comes out slinging, and they're already to the Clemson 40 on their first drive here. However, they have a huge 3rd and 3, and Clemson comes up with a big stop here, gets them right out of field goal range, and they're going to have to punt it. Here comes alternate universe Trevor Lawrence with no long hair, a buzz cut even, and he does nothing the first drive. Quick 3 and out. Clemson has to punt from their own end zone, and LSU has the ball in their territory. They're cooking, right? Wrong. They also did nothing. Another quick 3 and out, and another punt. This gives Clemson another chance to get going, but instead there was another 3 and out. Here's LSU on a pivotal 3rd and 7. Can we finally not get a 3 and out? No, we cannot. 7-yard sack. This guy gets clocked on the punt. Trevor Lawrence is finally moving the football. 3rd and 9 for our first non-3 and out, and he falls out of bounds with 2 yards to go. I completely cut LSU's next drive. It was another 3 and out. But finally, we get a 3rd and 10, and Clemson converts, and they're moving the football. We've got them all the way into the red zone to the 3-yard line, and Travis Etienne ends it there on the last play of the first quarter. So Clemson's leading it 7-0. Very somber game so far. Hopefully this is not what it's like in real life. Here's LSU's first drive. Can they answer back? A nice 12-yard rush there. LSU Tigers pumped about that. Let me hear you. Back to football here. Joe Burrow's throwing on 3rd and 10. Unfortunately out of bounds. Almost completes it. LSU has to punt, and Clemson's getting the ball back. Trevor Lawrence rolling out. Makes a nice completion for a 7-yard gain. Clemson is moving the football. You're on 3rd and 2, but LSU's middle linebacker makes a great read and forces Clemson to settle for 3. 10-0 Clemson. Joe Burrow on a big 3rd and 5 here. Intercepted. Everything is going Clemson's way. Nothing is going LSU's way, especially not Joe Burrow's way at this moment. 2 plays later, however, that changes. Travis Etienne drops the football. LSU recovers, and it's right back to the Tigers. 1st and 10 here. Joe Burrow stepping back, and the next pass is intercepted. What is going on in this game? Here we cut to a 2nd and 5 deep in LSU's territory. And another interception. That is 4 drives in a row of turnovers. 3 of them interceptions. That was not a good pass. I don't know what he was thinking there. LSU gets a quick 3 and out, of course. Followed by Clemson moving the ball just a little bit. Settle for a 50-yard field goal. He nails it. 13-0 at half. It's not really domination by Clemson by any means. It's just such an awful game. Just LSU cannot score. LSU starts the half kicking off, and Clemson returns it all the way to the 25. They come out lighting it up as well. Here they are from the 17. Trevor Lawrence takes the option, holds it himself, and bounces off a tackle with a spin move. He goes beast mode for the 21-yard touchdown run, and then does a quick Tebow. Here's Clemson with the ball again. LSU is really doing nothing with the football at this point. Look at that catch and hit. He holds on to that football. This drive ends up at the 1 with Clemson kicking a field goal. Now it's turning into domination, 23-0 Clemson. We cut ahead here, though, to the slow replay. A nice little dot thrown by Joe Burrow. As you can tell, he's cooking. And ends the drive with a fullback run. So LSU finally gets on the board. It is 23-7. Or not so fast. They're actually going for 2 because they are living in 30-20 while we're all in 20-20. And Joe Burrow gets a nice 3-yard 2-point conversion. LSU got the ball back quick in a 3rd and 13, and oh my goodness, Justin Jefferson lays out for the 33-yard touchdown. That's ridiculous. So here's a 3rd and 6. It's a game now. It's only a 8-point game. And Trevor Lawrence is trying to find a receiver over the middle. It's intercepted. Last play of the 3rd quarter is taken all the way back to the 6-yard line. LSU has made this more than an interesting football game going into the 4th quarter. First play of the 4th quarter, for whatever reason, says end of the 3rd, and Joe Burrow beast modes into the end zone. They're a 2-point conversion away from tying it. You'd never believe what happens. Joe Burrow converts it. He's starting to look more and more like the Heisman. Here's Trevor Lawrence with the ball back again, and another interception, and this one could be taken all the way. No, he stopped at about the 2-yard line. Here we go on 1st and goal. A nice handoff, and it took one play. LSU now has the lead after trailing 23-0, has scored 30 unanswered points. Can Clemson do anything? Trevor Lawrence is really having a horrific game at this point. 2nd and 10 gets thrown down. 3rd and 17. Clemson's not looking too hot. Here we go, a 3rd and 11. Joe Burrow stepping back. Another deep bomb on 3rd and 11, and it almost was intercepted. Clemson gets the ball back. You'd have to think Clemson's time's running out here, as they had to settle for a punt at the 50. I almost thought they'd go for this, but they're kicking it away. 3 timeouts. A huge 3rd and 1 for LSU. Clemson needs to stop, and they don't get it. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left. Clemson still does have their 3 timeouts, but that would have been huge. We cut ahead here with 1 minute left, and look at that. 4th and inches. Clemson barely saves the game, has 1 timeout and a minute 35 to try to tie it up. Trevor Lawrence, 30 of 45, 270 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. That's the big takeaway so far. But can he muster together a last-second drive? Not a good start. 8-yard sack, a minute left. 3rd and 18, and barely completes that pass. That's a pretty big play to make this 4th down manageable, but this is the ball game right here, a minute left. 4th and 10, 1 timeout. And he converts it. They're all the way up to the 50. We're under a minute left. We're actually with 30 seconds here on the 30-yard line. And Trevor Lawrence rears back and throws his first touchdown pass of the game with 25 seconds left to tie this game up. Rather unbelievable. LSU actually makes their way out to the 45 and gives Joe Burrow a chance at the Hail Mary. But it falls complete. It looks like they had a shot at it. This game is going to overtime. What a wild game. First play in overtime, Clemson won the coin toss, elected to defer, and LSU's coming out firing. They're already to the 5-yard after 1 play, and the next play, Joe Burrow throws a touchdown pass. Clemson's got to come back answering, and they do. Trevor Lawrence throws a dot, avoiding pressure all the way out to the 6-yard line. Here on 2nd and goal, they've got the ball at about the 1, and Travis Etienne is to punch it in right here to tie this one right back up. So Clemson gets the ball to start. 3rd and 3 here. They run an option, and LSU's all over it. 4th and 6, they make LSU settle for the field goal. 40-37 LSU. Here we are. LSU is at the 1 on 1st and goal. They need a yard to win this football game. And he misses this pass just barely and gets stuffed at the inch line. I can't believe they didn't review that or anything, but he wasn't in. LSU themselves have to settle for a field goal. Look at this wild play right here. They almost get a touchdown, but instead they're going to call illegal touching, which is not only a 5-yard loss, but also a loss of downs. They throw an incomplete pass. It's 3rd and 15, and Joe Burrow gets demolished. 4th and 22. It forces LSU to go for it on 4th and 22, and Joe Burrow throws an interception. All Clemson needs to do it is a field goal now. They set themselves up at the 20 right in the middle there on this 4th and 5. And of course, they pin it right through the uprights. I actually don't know how this game was what it was. This was the best game I've ever seen with my very own eyes, real or fake. LSU had about 15 chances to win. Clemson had about 15 chances to win. The game had no business even getting close to overtime, let alone LSU scoring 30 unanswered points at one point in this game. This game just had literally everything you could ask for in it, and that's all we can ask for out of tomorrow's game. I don't care who wins tomorrow's game, but as long as it's a result, something like this, then we will all be happy. Thanks once again, everybody, for watching. Be sure to tune in to the National Championship. It's going to be a great game. And if you did happen to like this video, please be sure to leave a like, as well as subscribe to the channel. And other than that, everybody, I hope you all have a great day. Peace.